So I know this isn't my usual type of video, but there's something I need to complain about. I'm sure you've seen the recent community posts. I've been in a massive fight with someone who stole my art from this video posted last month or so. I'm not really in the right mental state to recall, but this one is going to be a relatively long one. For those of you who are unaware, I am Predacon Anarchy. However, some of you might know me as Koa the Ikajo, Samantha the Nine-Tailed Fox, or for the OGs that were still here. For those of you that were here from the back in the day, I used to go by Furby Girl Neko Fur. So, why did I make this channel? I originally made this channel because I was frequent in a night core stream, a 24/7 night core stream where role players would gather. And I said, okay, why not make a separate account? And I made content on 3 other accounts that were supposed to be separate from that one, but I had accidentally posted a video one day, and I decided I'll leave it up. Well, that video started doing well, and my subscriber count slowly started to climb as I made more and more content. And eventually I started having fun. I did collabs, I made new friends. It was going well. However, with an online journey comes hate and harassment. And before I speak any further on this, please note that I'm not saying this to garner pity or sympathy. I'm saying this to get the truth out and own up to any mistakes I have made under any of my names. If you recognize my voice, if you recognize any of these names, and you have been affected by my actions, I am truly sorry. And I mean this in the most sincere way I possibly can. So, the hostility and aggressive attitude is something I really need to speak up on. I have a mouth I like to run whenever I'm pissed off, to say the least. I can get really condescending, really aggressive. Sometimes I can tear you down. And for that, I would like to own up. Thoroughly. I have said some not so nice things over the course of being on the internet. Now, I know I was pretty young when I first came into the internet. Like, we're talking, youngest was 11. And I know, I was emotionally immature, but please bear in mind, I'm not trying to use this as an excuse. Even though I was younger, actions still have consequences. And I would like to take full accountability. So, what does this mean? And before you ask, Anarchy, why are you saying this? You haven't done anything wrong. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. To put it simply, I have done some terrible things. One in particular is one I will forever be ashamed of, and that is putting someone in danger. I do not want to go in depth because it brings me heavy shame to talk about, but someone was severely affected by this to the point they were terrified. And I know, again, at the time I did this, I was young. I was still immature. But immaturity does not mean a get out of jail free card for doing something dangerous. It wasn't a mistake. Please do not try to defend me. Please forgive the short breaks in silence and whatnot. I'm not going off of a script when I'm making this, but but the incident, to everybody involved, I'm sorry. I want to say that truthfully. And I get it. I know. A simple "I'm sorry" is not going to cut it. And I understand if you don't forgive me. To all those involved. You don't have to forgive me. I'm not trying this. I don't want to guilt trip you. I don't want to come off as guilt tripping. I intend all of this to be true. Now, moving on. Moving forward, I plan to make more gaming and art focused content here. A more of a variety here. I'm also going to be posting a bit on TikTok, mainly Creatures of Scenaria content on my TikTok. But as for YouTube, it's going to be a wider variety of content. Stuff that I cannot film because I would get evicted from the program if Sonar found out in the future. I am not official right now, but I will speak up on that on a later date. Ending this video off, if there is anything I have missed, please tell me in the comments, and I will gather all of that up for a possible part 2. Because I don't want to miss anything that has not been mentioned. I've done some incredibly stupid things in the past, and I want to own up to everything. Stay safe, take care, Anarchy out.